Hey Sagittarius, this is your weekly week ahead tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries. Sag, this is definitely for sun, moon, and rising, and of course cross watchers, you're invited too. I always recommend that you watch your sun, moon, and your rising sign, Sagittarius. I'm going to try something new. I've been, doing this for 2 years now, and I'm trying to shake things up and see what works good. And so I'm going to definitely do your intuitive reading. But then I'm also going to do love, career, and romance reading. I'll break it up for you because I feel like sometimes people have a hard time understanding that the energies that I speak of are for you to apply to whatever intuitively is popping into your head at the time. So maybe it's going to make it more clear if I spell it out by love, romance, and career. Career is definitely different. I'm sorry. Love, money, and career. Career is definitely different than money because career is your dedication to bringing what's in your heart space into reality, is your contribution to society. It's what you dedicated yourself to, your life's work, essentially. And so, yeah, that's true. Like some people don't even have a career, right? But money could be talking about a job, how money's coming in, how you make money, or if any money's coming in, and how to deal with financial issues. So what popped out for you guys? The waiting game, but it's in reverse. That means the wait is over. So Sagittarius, this is whatever you want to call it. You want to call it luck, you want to call it fortune, you want to call it serendipity, you want it, whatever you want to call it. This message is you don't have to wait anymore. So that's what I'm talking about. Like when I said to you, you don't have to wait anymore. What were you waiting for? What were you holding out on? What was being held out on you? What have you, you don't have to wait anymore. There's something here that the wait is over. That's the message that keeps repeating. And then we have a message that says love begins. It's happening a little bit in the future. But in other words, essentially what's going to start now, whoever you're going to meet now, whatever opportunity that comes your way now, in a few months or a week from now, you're going to find yourself in complete romance with it. And yeah, I'm definitely keeping it real and keeping it very general because you could totally fall in love with what you do. You could find the career of your dreams. So you can definitely still apply this to career as well. But there is, of course, that blatant message of there is love coming into your life. There is a newness and a freshness and maybe even just like a increased romance. Romance is an idyllic situation. It's not necessarily just about sex and falling in love. It's about this idyllic situation. And so what has been your ideal? Because what's coming out is that you don't have to wait for it anymore. There's a step ahead. So now we're going to get more into specifics. Sagittarius, knowing this energy, right? Sagittarius, love came right out. This is the High Priestess. This is something intuitive. So you already know this is happening. You already feel it. There's probably already some sort of psychic connection that's been happening. And a balancing. It could even be like a rebalancing of your it's almost like feeling like your spiritual world is rebalanced, like something's come into your life or an opportunity has come into your life that makes it feel whole and complete again. Love begins is a relationship is coming into your life, getting to spend more time with the person that you love is coming into your life, or simply this, that love itself is coming back into your life, as in connection is coming back into your life. So you're starting to feel more connected again, where maybe you didn't. Maybe there was a lot of feeling of being discouraged. And that's kind of balancing out. It could be balancing out, of course, through the spirit realm, coming back into, I still think this is some intuitive messages that are coming in. Some because the High Priestess is about your psyche, of your psychic abilities being on point. So here we have 7 of Pentacles. So 7 of Pentacles is about something that just wasn't working out. There was a stall, perhaps in your finances, which maybe put a stall in your romantic experience. Some kind of finances that just, no matter how hard you groomed it, no matter how hard you worked for it, you just couldn't figure out, or it wasn't taking off. It wasn't growing. It wasn't, it wasn't growing. Something wasn't growing, because if you know, like the traditional Seven of Pentacles is all about these leaves that are starting to become dull and dry and brittle, and the guy's just looking at it like, what's going on? What's happening? I've worked hard on this. Why isn't anything coming of it? Well, here we have now sort of this unstall. It could even be in terms of answers to those questions of why things were stalled, why things weren't happening. It has caused you a great deal of heartbreak and frustration. So those reasons, or that something didn't work out, is heartbreaking. I know it doesn't necessarily mean love and romance, because romance seems to be on the up and up, but there seems to be something that just the dysfunction of it, as well as the feeling of wasted energy or wasted time, has broken your heart. There is an upset and frustration here, because Three of Swords is simply like, you're putting all this effort and energy in, and there's nothing coming back on the other side. So you just like have taken a lot of hits to your heart lately, and that could be, yes, in everything, because this is still your intuitive message. So let's go into a little bit. You took on a lot of responsibilities. Ten of Wands means that you took on heavy burdens onto yourself, and maybe a little bit because you didn't trust that anybody else could get it done, or that you had to just, like, some of us have to work extra jobs simply because, you got to do what you got to do while you're getting what you want to do done, right? So this is feeling exhausted and drained, and okay. So a great deal of burdens or stress, or something that has become a great burden or stress. So how does... Don't even ask, because I don't even want to know. It's just, this neighborhood gets noisy. So now let's ask, how, Spirit, does this apply to specifically money? How does this specifically apply to money? And of course, there's always an extended where we'll go deep dive into all of this information and get you specifics. Money, how does this appear? Ooh, okay. In terms of money, how to best apply this energy, this frustrating energy, this energy of feeling overburdened, feeling overworked, not seeing it going anywhere, and it really irritating you. Stand your ground and don't give in. Don't resist. Don't give in to resistance or people that are ripping and tearing you apart. This is stand up for what you believe in. So when it comes to money, there's just this sense of, that you deserve something and you need to insist upon it, even though other people are giving you a shit ton of reasons why you're not supposed to get it, etc., etc. This is also a statement of, you stood your ground, and it was very difficult to do. So there could have been a lot of legal actions or a lot of procedures. You could have been struggling with the government. All of these things, they just get so crazy. But you didn't give up on it. So there's this sense of, now, Eight of Wands, a breakthrough has been made in terms of your finances, your money specifically, getting money that you had to keep fighting for, but it was worth the fight, because obviously there has been some sort of breakthrough, even though it was a pain in the ass and it took you a long time. Or it could also be a statement for some of you that getting some money has also been simultaneous with getting your heart broken, or a heartbreak. So it could mean that there was an inheritance, somebody passed away and you get money, or, like a company closing. In other words, there's a give and take. So a company closing, your company closes and you get a severance pay, which is really good. It's happy because now you get to work on yourself and you get to find another career or whatever. So money's there, but at the same time, something was lost. So that could be what's going on as well. And then we have this sense of Four of Wands. Now this could be a breakup in a relationship or a breakup in a company. And since we're talking about money, this is sort of maybe a breakdown in how finances were coming in, or a loss of finances for one of you or the other of you. Yeah, we'll get to the nitty-gritty of this too. What is this? The Four of Wands in reverse, because it's definitely an unstable situation. Death card. So what this means is there was a total ending, but not in a bad way. The Death card upright is a card that speaks of an ending for an immediate beginning. So in other words, like I said, there's a give and there's a take. Just like this is like the butterfly card. So just like the caterpillar, right, gives way. It doesn't exist anymore, but it gives way to the butterfly. That's what's happening. This is a butterfly effect. So something has ended so that something could begin. That's what's going on with finances and money. And yeah, we're going to get deeper into that. Absolutely. But for right now, I want to see, oh, the Eight of Pentacles just fell out. Eight of Pentacles is you've been working on something that you love or working to do something that you love. It's definitely about hard work. And Eight of Pentacles, you have Eight of Pentacles. Usually it's a statement of, you know, you believe in the work. You're doing something, or you want to be doing work that you believe in. So that could be the payoff, is losing one thing, but having a door open for you so that you can actually be doing work that you love without any, with still making money or without having to worry about money. So let's move into career, because it seems like a normal transition, right? A natural transition. How would this energy apply to career? The first thing that comes out is Queen of Wands. So somebody has definitely, you're the Queen of Wands, motherfucker. Hello. You're the Sagittarius, right? Ain't you the Queen of Wands? You are. Male, female, doesn't matter. A Queen of Wands is somebody has definitely noticed you. You're getting attention and they can't take their eyes off of you. But this follows suit with Queen of Wands is with this Eight of Pentacles. You've been doing work that you love, or you've been doing work the way that you love. You've been busting your ass. So you have Eight of Wands and you have the Eight of Pentacles. In terms of career, there's some major breakthrough. Like, people are definitely starting to recognize you. They're recognizing you and they can't take their eyes off of you. They want you. It's stimulating. There's passion that's returned. There's also you're being able to be more creative. So this could be a step up. You know, you're not as low on the totem pole, so you get to have more creative say in what's happening in the office. Or it's just a sense of you stepping into your creative abundance and you like putting your creativity first, or finding a way to put your creativity to work for you, or taking a step into establishing yourself as a creative force. You know what I'm saying? I mean, creativity can be applied even to sciences. So in terms of what you do, this is just, you have this fire, you have this creative fire inside of yourself. This is a really good card to get for career, is what I'm saying. Because what I'm saying is you're really good at what you do and other people can't take their eyes off of you for it. So this is something that is starting to be acknowledged and realized, or like somehow recognized. Maybe it's officiated, right? Can I get a win? No. I'll give a win. I gotta save something for the extended. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do. You're right. It's gotta be special in some way, and it is. So I know a hard sale, right? But ultimately, what I'm saying is, I will definitely get into particulars in terms of timestamps over there. But this is a little bit in the future. This is a little bit in the future for career. But in other words, you were set to balance out anyway. You were set to balance out anyway. Ooh. Okay, we have strength, the strength card, which is major arcana, strength through a little bit of pain, right? Like facing the suffering and figuring out how to do with it, or a way to turn your suffering into creative energy, right? This is a sense of inspiration. Like think of like all the greatest albums, like coming in the wake of a breakup. That's kind of what it is. It's almost like whatever you lost is fueling this creative energy of yours. And it's like, and it could even be like, you know, I'll use a reference. I lost my snowplow guy. Right? Nobody there that I trust to plow me out in the wintertime. But I have a little bit of money stacked away, and I kind of wanted to be an independent contractor. Maybe I'm going to open up my own snowplow business. It's really rudimentary. It's a basic understanding of what this is, but that's kind of what it is. It's almost like the loss or the need that needs to be filled is what inspires this career idea. And ideas are on point this week. If you watch the weekly astrology forecast, ideas and creativity, it's like the creativity and the intellect is working like oh my god, like Siegfried and Roy, like Torval and Dean, like it's just like it's like the perfect fucking match is here. Like it's that's what they're working like. And so trust this creative inspiration, because through this pain, through this sort of irritation, and since this is the Knave of Swords, it could be through something that comes online, something that comes through online, something that irritates you online. All of a sudden there's a sense of, I have to wrangle what this stupid behavior. I have to do something about it, and I have to step up to it because it's irritating the crap out of me. So that's almost like a push, and that's what the heartache is. It's almost like a push that makes you, that gets you out of your own way. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, it's like this push that gets you out of that gets you I'm not even gonna, it's like this push that happens to you to sort of inspire you to do something that maybe you never even thought of before, but it's going to be a career rather than just a job, and it's a passion project, and the Queen of Wands is here, so you will do well with it. Let's get into love and see how specifically, happy birthday, Doug Denny, this is applied to love. Okay. All right, hello. The Star card is here. So it's basically saying, guess what? Your wishes are finally coming true. Guess what? You finally get heard. Guess what? Everything kind of like serendipitously syncs up so that whatever it has to do with love, things are working out very, very well for you. It could also be specifically in Aquarius, but I don't know how specific this is getting, not over here in the general reading. Star card usually in the general reading just implies that there is a shift in your favor, and what you have wanted out of love and romance is starting to happen. And yes, let's take it back to the general reading, the waiting game. You have waited for this, or even if you're in a healthy relationship, maybe you'd waited for an engagement ring, right? This is a level up type of thing. Maybe you waited to move in together and now you finally found this perfect spot. This is a leveling up. That's what I'm saying. The waiting game is over, Sagittarius. You don't got to wait no more. Your ideal situation has kind of come true. Not necessarily in terms of, you go from like, you go from like $100,000 a year to a millionaire, and now you can afford a palace. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is if you had your eye on this place and you didn't think you were going to get it, then maybe you didn't get it, but now you're getting an even better place and you guys can finally move into each other. So whatever you were waiting for and whatever had presented itself as a disappointment is now coming back as what you wished for, what you hoped for, what you aspired to be is really, really, really what you're going to start to see. And then there's this Four of Swords, which means Four of Swords in this card, it makes it look like something's being forced, but really it was like you needed time to process some information. Or there was, in terms of love and romance, there was a hiatus. I don't know if you guys were broken up, or I don't think it was. I think it's not even specifically about people who are couples. There was just like a period of time when you needed to take a second and think, well, what do I really want here? Right? Like, and maybe even a second of like a mourning period of an opportunity that was lost, right? A sense of, I've been dating, I thought this person was the one, they turned out to be a jerk, I lost that person, and now bam, something better comes in. That's kind of how the scenario is playing out. Ooh, we also got the Moon card. Wait, stop. It's Leo season. And in terms of your love and romance life, you got the Star card and you got the Moon card. What did I just tell you? So what's in Aquarius? Saturn is in Aquarius and Jupiter is in Aquarius. They're both in reverse, but that's a very spiritual energy of getting back to your God sense and your God space. right? And in terms of like the greater good. So it could be me that sense of like it's almost like doors are starting to open for you in terms of the community is starting to open up, and that is having a good impact on your relationship with each other, in terms of opportunities, etc., etc. But really it's about letting out your desires, letting out like those things that you were afraid to share. It's like your private self, those emotions that maybe you had held back or kept to yourself. I don't know if I should tell them. I don't know if I should show them. It's that kind of energy. You want to know more? I hope you do, because I'm going to make a wonderful extended for you. The link is below. I hope to see you guys over there.